Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the patience. And today is November the 6th, 2022, and we welcome you to another special call with Zorra and Zaraya and a couple of our guests for today. So let me go ahead and first bring Zaraya through. All right, and we can go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and do this first. Here she comes.
Hello, dear.
Well, hi, Zaraya. Can you hear me all right?
I hear you fine.
Yes, and you're coming across very smoothly and loud and clear, so thank you. Thank you again for being here. I know that your dad is in the wings, but let's, everybody, just kind of take a nice 3 deep breaths in, breathing in, hold, and relax. 2 more times. Breathe in. Hold. And relax. Just let your body go and relax. 1 last time. Breathe in. And hold. And relax. When you do this at any time during the day, it helps to keep you grounded, keeps you back to neutrality and balance. So we do have a very important call before we bring our guests in today. But before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and let Zaraya, I know that she has a message for all of us. So, Zaraya, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay. I'm going to be reading from the Truth Book by Diane Robbins, and it's called "The People Send Their Love."
Aww,
Dearest people of Earth, we are the flower people from Kathria, here to guide you also and to bring you the fragrant scents and smells from the heaven world through our delicate and beautifully shaped bodies of light. We are of light also, although your 5 senses do not yet detect our vibration. We flow our light to you in currents of waves when you kneel beside us to smell our fragrant petals or to touch our stems. This is especially so in the hollow earth, where the people are connected to us in their full consciousness. Soon you will be too. And when we can converse and play together, yes, we love to play, and we do this easily. Even though we cannot move around, our laughter and voices can be heard wherever you are in our vicinity. And we can play in our thoughts and visions and sing to all those around us. If you listen deeply, you can hear our songs and sing along with us. We invite you into our aura and into our lives. We were sent here by the spiritual hierarchy to guide you into your ascension and to bring you the beauty of heaven. For as you are you connect with our beauty, you connect to heaven. It is one and the same. The beauty is who you are, and we are here to remind you of this truth. We send our love out to you on the petals of springtime and the aromas waiting to wafting through the air. Catch them and connect to us. We await your visit. We are the tree people from deep inside the earth.
Beautiful.
There's a message.
Yes, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for that. And before we begin, if we could, with you, do a healing for all of us, and we'll do this in unison. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, receive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we receive. We receive great awakening, full consciousness, peace, and harmony, and always to be connected with the light that we are. And we know it. All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for that, Zaraya. That'd be great. Okay. So don't go away, Zaraya, yet, because I think, as I said in our newsletter, that before we really bring in our guests, we have an important message, and, just to talk a little bit about the previous newsletter that we had sent out not too long ago, and this was concerning Q. Yeah, but before we talk about Q, I have a story to tell you, and I will begin the story. So back in 2011 was when I first came across Billy. I was on my spiritual path. I'd been doing that prior to that, for a number of years already. Finding my way through the libraries and finding out about how energy worked, because I felt these powerful energy things that were coming through my hands. I didn't know what to do with it, etc. And why was I feeling that when I was really very, very healthy? So anyways, one of those days, as I was on the internet, something came to my, it came on the internet saying something about Hollow Earth. And I kind of pushed that aside, and then it came up again a couple more times, and I finally decided, well, I'll go ahead and listen in on it. And it was called the Hollow Earth Network. And I said, oh, this is interesting. So I listened to it, and I said, well, that's interesting, because I, of course, like most everyone then, I understood the Earth to be very, solid. What is that movie? Something about, what is that movie that was very popular in the day about going in through the hollow earth and finding there was a lot of molten core, there was all kinds of lava, so we found out that it was all molten core, and et cetera, et cetera. So, and that it was lead. Anyways, et cetera. And then one day it came up again, and then I listened in more intently to the call, and then I was very intrigued, and all kinds of questions came to my mind in terms of who are they really? Of course, I'm a psychiatric nurse, so I always really do a lot of questioning and assessing of particular patients that would come onto our psychiatric unit, of which I worked there for at least 15 years. So anyways, I said I would be very interested, and at that time we had Dr. Richard Berry, who was there, as well as Anna Hart, who were our hosts for this particular website. So I listened to them, and then one day I was able to speak with both of them, and they basically felt that they're pretty credible. And I said, oh, really? Okay. Well, I'd like to be able to talk with them. So I had an opportunity then. This is when Zaraya and Zorra were not very well known at all. They had just started. Think about it in terms of synchronicity. They just started doing these calls. And So I still felt very skeptical and very, very much like I've got to get a few things off my chest. I mean, I really needed to do a better evaluation, investigation of who they were. So long story short, I did all of that, and even with a couple of people, teachers primarily, that were with me, and we both actually, after I spoken to them at length, then I had them come with me to talk with them further. We both talked with Zorra and Zaraya, and at that point they said, you know, he seems pretty real. They seem pretty authentic. So so then I said, during that time, I was also very busy with doing healing work, you know, our regular Reiki healing. And a few of us have done various types of healing modalities at that time. And so I decided to call them after we all decided like they were very credible to bring them over to Chicago for what we call the Mind Body Spirit Expo. And they came. So, Zorra came, and Billy came, and people were able to come in and feel the energies, and a lot of people gravitated to that particular area, right? Okay, so during that time, you know, we already spent the money for that section, and they just did their work, right? And it was amazing. People really were amazed. They loved it, etc. They loved Zorra, and then he had like a big, also like an auditorium where he was able to speak further, etc. So after that, you know, I said, thank you so much. You guys really did a great job, and then I said goodbye to them. And so we continued the relationship I kept the relationship going by just listening to the calls all the time. And the more I listened, there was so much information there. That's why we had 4 or 5 hour calls every single Saturday. So one day I finally decided, I think, so we all kind of took it for granted that I took it for granted and assumed that they were doing pretty well with all of their work, and hopefully they were making some money, because I never really thought about that. We figured that if you're on stage already, you know, with the Hollow Earth Network, that they were making a little bit of income, right? Or they were pretty settled in their own avenues, bringing in revenues for themselves. All right, so we're going forward a little bit. So one day, and this is now probably after several months, and Billy said, you know, I can make headbands for people. And I said, oh, okay, that sounds great. And I said, okay, well, and he said she was doing this, you know, by herself, you know, wherever she was at, because I never knew anything about where she lived, etc. And I said, okay, so can you make me a headband? And she said, oh, sure. And I said, well, how much is it going to cost? Oh, no. I'll just do it and I'll send it to you. And I said, okay. Well, thank you so much. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, they must be pretty stable financially, right? Because we live in this 3D world. We know exactly, you know, you got to have a job, make sure that you got to feed your family and children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just assumed it. All right. Okay, so then one day I said, we got it, and a few of our friends also got their headbands, and we had a chance to be able to talk to Zorra as a little group, etc., during a short period of time. And then one day I said to Zaraya, I said, now I'm already moving towards retirement. I'm already thinking I'm going to tell my children I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to different states. I want to be able to explore the world a little bit more instead of staying right here in the Chicagoland area, of which, you know, I said, okay, I need something new, right? A lot of people that are already retiring already probably feel that. Okay. So to Billy, I said, well, I tried a couple people that I said, you know what, I think so I went to, so this is my story. So I went to Colorado, checked it out because my son had worked there before. And so I said, oh, I think I'll try Colorado. I like that area. And so I decided to go there. And I already knew through our loop with Hollow Earth that there was an individual over there that I wanted to be able to meet as well. And that was Peter Olson. And I said, oh, yeah, okay, I can connect with Peter Olson. And then while I'm there, just kind of check it out to see if this is where I want to live next. In the meantime, I come back home, and I'm thinking, well, how in the world am I going to get there? I talked to a girlfriend of mine. She says, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and get a trailer, and we'll put Hollow Earth on the sides, and we'll go and we can drive there. And I said, well, you could drive on the highway, right? And she said, well, no. And I said, oh, no. and, of course, that didn't work, right? So then I'm looking for a partner because I'm ready to move, right? And so I said, I need a partner to be able to get me to, I want to go to Colorado, right? And so at that time, Billy and I were talking, and Billy said, well, I've driven an 18-wheeler. And oh, here, I got to get Billy in here. So Billy is open, so she can always interject whatever she wants. So, I want to get to the point of this whole story. So I go over there, and he comes over, and he helps me get over there to Colorado. And then I said, where do you live? He says, oh, I live in Pahrump. I never heard of Pahrump. He says, well, you know where Vegas is? I said, yeah, I know where Vegas is. He says, well, and I said, well, okay. So anyways, long story short, he invited me over to come to where he lived. And that was when I was completely shocked as far as what I saw. So I saw Zaraya. This is kind of out in the desert area, living in Billy, tell me what were you living in? Zaraya. Hello? I wonder
a single wide mobile home.
Right. And then she told me she was in Section 8. And I said, what is Section 8? And you told me what? Section 8 is low-income housing. Yeah, and I said, well, don't you have, if you were already, and you've already told all kinds of people that you were in the Air Force, I said, why are you in Section 8? And you said... So they took my pension away. Right. Because I was talking about top secret issues. Right. Okay. So it was a pretty sad state of affair when I met up with Billy there, and I just never knew after listening to all of her calls that she was in that state of So I said, well, I could help you. I said, with the headbands that you're making, you could be making a little bit of income through that. And I said, would you like to do that so you could earn a little bit? And of course she said, okay. And then I said, if you're not getting any pension or anything else, I said, and you guys are, we knew already that, Billy and Zorra, they were healers. They were great healers, right? Because they would also do the same thing on the radio stations, is provide healing. And Zorra always said for those many years that we never charge for healing. You all have that innate ability to be able to heal. Why are you charging? Why are all of these people charging? And finally, I had to tell Zorra, I said, well, for the people that are spiritual, like myself, and, of course, I had another job, right? But I just kind of did this on the side. I said, we always charge because we charge for what we were able to do because we went to classes for it. If you go, for example, for myself, hey, I went to school, became a nurse. Yeah, of course, if I'm willing to provide this is what happens. You get paid, right? We all do that, right? For whatever abilities you had, whether you were a carpenter or whether or not you were an electrician, whatever it was, you always got paid. But in this case, Billy and Zaraya never got paid. So I said, okay. So they bought into that they could make the headbands, and we found somebody who could help us to do it so that they could concentrate on doing the healing work. And then also I said, and you don't charge for healing at all? He says, no, when we went over there to Chicago to do all of that, no, we don't do it because we love, that's who we are. We are all about love, and we want to be able to help to heal. I said, well, that's a very wonderful intention and what you want to be able to do for the world. But people here in this in this world, we also have to learn how to survive. And so this is what we do. And so that's why we do charge. And of course, ever since then, Zorra was always, we could charge, sure, we could charge. And so I have them do that as well so that they can bring in some income. Okay. Now, the point of the whole story is that here I was, all of a sudden, now I knew exactly the predicament that they were in. Did you want to say anything more about that, Zaraya, before I go to the point of my story?
I'll get to the point of your story.
Okay, so understanding that, as we move now to the now, and in regards to the newsletter that we sent out, primarily through me, we sent that out, and with Zaraya, and I had spoken about it, and also with the agreement with Zorra, that we would try to see what we could do to assist our beloved Q. Now, so unbeknownst to most of you, and what I do know, is that he doesn't make an income. He does tireless work all day, all night, while we're all asleep. And you know what his job is. His job, his joy, is to help us on our ascension path, to make sure that we all move into the light for sure this time and not have to wait another 2,000 years. I mean, that's a mammoth job. And so one of the things that we know is that really it's like, I don't want to say it's similar to Zaraya's predicament, but again, he does a lot of shows for a lot of people, but does he really get paid? Or maybe he's got a few donations, but it's not on a regular basis. And he, of all people, just like I felt with Zorra and Zaraya, they had thousands of people who we had then, and then I said, and everybody were already, they were able to, oh yeah, sure, we want a headband, yes, we want a healing, and so the revenue started to come in so that they could now really do the work. And so it's the same thing with our beloved Q. Now, all of you don't know the situation he's in, right? But we do know one thing, is that we love him and we want to do the best to support him in every way. And for all of you that don't have the story, we wouldn't be asking if we didn't feel that this is also very important for him. This is not a scam. It's because we are only love. And we want to be able to help him and, people around, well, primarily him and family, to be able to exist until the prosperity comes. So we all want abundance in our lives, right? So how do we bring in abundance? We always send out an intention that, yes, we are completely abundant now. So we could do the same thing for all of us. We are abundant now, and then you just let the energies flow to you. Sometimes it takes a little bit of assistance. So we are here to help in that abundance now for Q, at least temporarily. Billy and Zaraya needed that temporarily. And I also want to say that there are a number of people here that have already, at least over a period of time, we had products that we were able to not suggest or recommend for people that they bought. So through that, we also earned some income. So we could continue doing the work. And what do we do for Q? We just go ahead and listen to his calls. Once in a while, he gets some funds coming to him, but it's not regular. So asking all of you to donate to Q for only $10 or a little more or whatever you want to be able to send to him, I think that's the best thing that we can do for right now in this reality. As he is working, again, since whenever, right, on helping us move forward into our higher frequency recalibration density. So
I don't like the word donate. I like the word love gifts.
Yeah, so we're asking for love gifts for him. That's all. And if you can't, don't worry about it. Send him your love. But if you can't, that's a smidgen. You could do it. We could all do it. So now what I did is that I know, working with all of the internet and seeing all of the internet companies that are out there, whether it's Charlie Ward or any one of them, in order for you to continue to get their information, you got to subscribe. Everyone does. Because does Q have that? No, he does not have that. And so we decided, well, okay. And so Billy had said, well, why don't we do a GoFundMe kind of thing. And I said, no. I said, we have loving people who have the heart to be able to do this because they love him. They love his work, his joy work, because that's who he is. So that's the purpose of the reason why. Try to put two and two together. I just gave you the story of Billy and Zorra. Now, think about it in terms of Q. I'm not here to tell you everything, but I know at this point that almost all of you trust Zorra and us, that we are coming from heart to be able to help however way we can. And this is the time to be able to do so. Temporarily only, guys. I mean, we've got, we don't want to talk about the RV because we already know what's coming. He is working in every facet of what is happening in our world and off-world as well.
Also, understand this, people, with Q and his family, they're living on a day-to-day rental of an abode.
Hey, no. Zaraya, no, we can't go there, please. That is not part of the
story. Well, that's what he is.
Yeah, well, it is, but we're not going to go there. We just want you guys to know, if you can trust them, to go forward and do this for them. Okay, for Q, primarily for Q. All right? Okay, and so I will end that story that because we want abundance for everyone around the world, we could also start with Q in that direction. And for each other whenever we can. Zaraya and do what we can for those that are asking for some assistance. We'll do that whenever we can. So I just understand that as well. And again, thank you for all those that have helped us on a regular basis, sending us $10 or whatever, $5 even, our way, because every little thing counts. And we know when it comes from love, you are spreading the love around. That's how you bring abundance into one's life. The more you give, the more you receive. And that's the point of our call for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me that you would like to speak with me and Zaraya about this, if you have any questions. Otherwise, the email that we sent out to everyone or to be able to send him money through PayPal is presently ascending without the C. Presently, Presently, presently ascending, ASENDING. No C in there at gmail.com. It's in the newsletter. All right. And that is the email only for receiving funds. It is not to be able to communicate with Q. All right? It's only for that. It's just like Billy. If you wanted to send Billy some funds, he has his own email also, but he never looks at any emails that come through there. It's only to be able to check for whatever funds are coming, as a love gift, when she gets to it, So all of you who have sent us love gifts, and Billy We are
If
very,
you are
very,
sending,
very grateful. So,
if you are sending through PayPal, you want to put in there you're sending through friends and family. That way, there's no fees.
okay, all right. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to convey to all of you. You know, we don't have, most do not have the sight to see everything yet, but you could feel it in your heart. Just feel in your heart what your heart leads you to do. That'll give you the answer. Okay? All right. So I don't know what time am I over my time yet? No. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to bring Zorra in until until the hour is over, and we'll do a little Q&A with Zorra, and if Zorra has anything he'd like to add also in regards to what I've just spoken about, he can do so. So, Zaraya, dear?
Don't you need to bring Michael through?
No. He doesn't come in until the hour. Yeah, he won't be coming in for another 25 minutes.
Oh, all right.
So let's bring your dad in. I'm sure that he probably has something he'd like to add to what you and I have been, or especially what I have been talking about. And also his message for today.
Beloved gods and goddesses, how be you this
Zorra.
wondrous, glorious, and loving day?
We love you. It's okay for us to call you Father God because that's who you are. Isn't that correct?
Indeed.
It's okay, Zorra. Just as we revealed who Q was, that revelation did come through you, we can now reveal really again who you are. I also want to mention something to you, and I want you to think about this for the next call. Times along this path, along this journey, you will come across people that will say you are this or you are that, or that you are green and you're a reptile, and that you are not who you say you are, even though you are what you say you are, right? So there's always a doubt, there's always a skepticism, and there is also always a rumor that comes out there. Beware of that. So when you're skeptical about something, then, things kind of move in a different area. Then, that's something for you to just kind of keep your guards up a little bit. Just be cautious all the time. Really protect yourself with beautiful golden white light, the white light of protection, tunnel of protection for everybody. Okay.
Indeed.
All right.
Understand,
ahead,
beloved.
I didn't mean to get that.
Understand, beloved, that I'm not green. I am a turquoise hue. I have a turquoise
You're not reptilian.
hue.
And you're not reptilian,
I'm not
right?
reptilian at all. So you have seen images of myself because of the camera or the computers denoted as green. It is not green. Right. It is turquoise color. So,
okay.
No, we are not green. We are not green.
Right.
We do not have scales. We do not have slits in our eyes or anything of that nature. We are definitely not reptilian, period. So
you're not, right?
Understand, I'm not, no, and neither is neither is Zaraya or Quasar or anyone else that is on this channel. They'll understand
Good to know.
that we are not reptilian, we are not green, and we are not we're not blue either. We are in between. we have a turquoise color.
Okay. All right. So before we get started with a little bit of Q&A, do you have anything to say in regards to what I've said regarding our message that we sent regarding Q and try
Indeed.
and getting everyone. You do have a message for everyone.
If you do want to support Q and his beloved family, by all means, send him some love gifts. A minimum of 10 or more goes directly to him, and to help him to exist in this third density world.
Correct.
So understand,
thank you.
That is what you want to do. You want to send him $10, $20, $30, whatever you want to send him in the form of a love gift. And if you go through PayPal, you want to do it through friends and family. That way there are no fees taken out and he gets the full amount that you send. So you want to go through friends and family in order to send love gifts to Q and his beloved family. Likewise, if you want to love gifts to Quasar and Zaraya, the same thing. You want to send to friends and family. That way they get the full amount you send, and there are no fees.
Okay. Thank you for that, Zorra. All right. So we're done with that part of the show, correct? Indeed.
Yes. Let us ask some questions now.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. And our first caller is 314 ending in 2036. Here we go.
There we go.
20.
Hi, Jane.
Hi,
hello.
This is Jim from St. Louis.
Of course. We wanted to hear your name. All right.
Yeah.
You've got Zorra here.
Yeah, Zorra. Good to chat with you for a minute.
Indeed.
I was the one that had had a stroke back in January. And it's like it was a message from our Prime Creator to get off my butt and get to doing something. I was been reading a lot, and anyway, the doctor said I had high blood pressure and I had high cholesterol, and then they put me on some of this medicine. I didn't like it. I threw it away. I got some others. I didn't like it. I threw it away. I don't take any medicine.
Okay.
So it goes to tell you, read the side effects on the medicine you're given. It's all junk. It all makes you have what you have.
So what are you doing now to be healthy? What are you doing to get healthy, Jim?
Well, I'm drinking structured water. I got this IteraCare wand that they're advertising. Good. And I've been losing that belly fat, the water weight on my body and weight. Okay. And I got a gym membership for Silver Seniors. And other than that, I've just been working and just staying away from the doctor. So,
good recommendation. What's your question for Zorra?
Throw that medicine away. It was just a comment. But, one more thing is that people are worried about this gift from God, about the money, but they're forgetting what God has given us. He gave us the free will of this earth. We were supposed to live freely and live together as one, and people are forgetting this. And everything is ours, and people need to step up and call their congressman or whoever, and get back to God and do what you're supposed to have been doing. And don't worry about the money; it'll be there. It's just a matter of time when all the evil has been taken off the planet. Mm-hmm. So when you see the Pope go down and Biden, then things will happen, and that's pretty dang close. We're going to see what's happening tomorrow and the next day. So everything's very close, but sure. You just got to send love and light to the people that are trying to take care of the world here. Don't forget about our Prime Creator God that has given us everything we need to heal you and to sustain our lives. So everything's going to change drastically, and that's my comment. I thank you for your show, and I'll listen in for a while.
We
longer.
love you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jane, for what you do.
Appreciate that.
And Zorra, thank you too. We'll see you in Halloween.
Okay. We'll see you in Halloween.
If you wish to send love gifts to Quasar and Zaraya, the email address for that would be Telos, Telos, girl, GIRL, @yahoo.com.
Yeah, I have that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so
Jim,
much.
Thank
Jane,
you so. We appreciate it very much, your comments
and
your message for everyone. Okay.
Love and light to everyone.
We'll do.
Okay.
Lots of love.
Bye.
All right, thank you, Jim. All righty, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. All right, 208 ending in 8394.
Oh, hi, Jane. And Zorra.
We got you already.
I didn't know I was going to get called because I had pressed 2. But okay, I'm just going to send lots of love. I don't really have any questions. I just think that it just really warmed my heart that you care so much about all your followers. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. You do too. We know you do. Okay. All right. Our next caller now is 336, ending in 0783. Hold on a second. I got up. 0783. Here we go. All right, 0783. You're on the call with Zorra. Oh, hello. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll let you go. Maybe that was a mistake. All right, everybody. Well, it doesn't look like we have any more callers. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Forget it. Okay, here we go. Here we've got another one here. All right, 470 ending in 2988. 2988. Welcome. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Indeed. Who are you?
Awesome. I am blessed.
We know who
Zorra.
this is.
It's good. It's good to talk to you. Namaste to everyone on the call. Thank you.
Who is this?
We're moving. This is Vivian.
This is Viv.
Ah.
Vivian.
Indeed.
Long time no speak, Zorra. Long time no speak. But I have had this question, Bernie, and it's just a beautiful question. If you would mind, let us know the difference between paradise and heaven, if there is a difference at all, Zorra. Describe paradise and heaven.
Paradise?
Yes.
What's the difference between paradise and heaven?
Well, you would liken paradise as hollow earth, in total harmony and peace.
Okay. So, Vivian,
what is it used
she wants
for?
to know.
Why was it created?
Again?
Why
was what
paradise created? Paradise.
Why was hollow earth created?
Are you saying that hollow earth is paradise, Zorra?
Well, if you were to be there, you would consider it paradise, yes.
So is there another paradise that was created at creation when heaven was
No.
Heaven's been around? No? So there's not a place called paradise other than hollow earth?
The heavens is New Jerusalem. Heaven would be known as New Jerusalem,
Okay.
which is stationed presently in front of the planet Venus, the bright star that you see in the evening of the sky. That is a aeroship. It is over 2,000 miles in diameter.
Right, you told me about that.
It would be considered heaven. And that is where Sananda is based
for now.
Presently.
Right,
presently, yes. Sananda is there presently on New Jerusalem. So that would be considered heaven. And paradise would be considered hollow earth.
Wow, okay.
So, hey, Zorra. Zorra,
yes.
every planet has an inner, or what we call a hollow earth. So all of the planets have
a paradise inside each planet.
They all have, right? Okay. So the heaven that you're speaking of as New Jerusalem, is there only one heaven then, as you term it, to be New Jerusalem? Pardon?
Yes. Yes.
So when we talk about heaven, we're referring to New Jerusalem.
Indeed, you are.
Okay, so that's the heaven that you refer to. You know, when you say that we've never left heaven on these journeys, that's the heaven you're referring to, Zorra?
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You told me about New Jerusalem. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Okay. Bye-bye.
Namaste, too. All right.
Indeed.
Bye-bye.
Indeed. Farewell on that. Is there another caller?
So, well, no, but I have a question in regards to New Jerusalem being what people term as heaven. So, I mean, we have 8 billion people, just about 8 billion people on the planet. So when we all ascend, let's just say 99% of us go to New Jerusalem. Is there going to be is that New Jerusalem going to be big enough for all of us if we decide to go to New Jerusalem?
Of course.
To heaven? Wow. Really?
Yes.
You could encompass all of, wow. We didn't know that, Zorra. So that is the heaven that people have always spoken about in the Bibles?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there we go, folks. More interesting developments and information. All right. Thank you, Viv, for that question. All right. Let's go on to our next caller, which is 951 ending in 5763.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
course.
you. Just tell us who are you and where you're calling from?
This is Robert. I'm in California.
All right.
Good day, Robert.
Yeah, hey, I wanted to ask Zorra. I'm at night when I'm sleeping, my forehead is vibrating, like inside my forehead. And I wanted to ask Zorra what he thinks about that. Is that something with my pineal gland?
They are downloading and putting information into your brain.
Okay, that makes sense to me because when I'm sleeping and I'm almost awake, I also can hear something, and then it makes me start talking, and I'm like mumbling, like I'm actually speaking back to a source of whatever that is. What do you think about that?
It is your, what you call your subconscious, your God being, speaking to the people who are giving you downloads.
Okay.
Do you know what those downloads are about, Robert?
Some of it is guiding me, like they say, well, just be who you are. Just be who you are. And, you know, a few things like that. But most of the time I can't really make all the you know, I can't really understand the communication, you know, because it's like I'm sleeping, but I'm almost awake, and I really can't make out everything. But this has been going on for, you know, like 2 or 3 years. So, what do you think about that, Zorra?
Well,
just some downloads, huh?
Indeed, downloads to improve your existence. More downloads to help you to ascend. So, welcome them.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because feel good and so on and so forth. And there is a little. It seems like I'm having like a heart chakra thing going on, because they might be trying to work on that, because I feel like my heart is not beating faster. It's just like there's some like energy coming through. Can you comment on that? If there's doing something on the heart chakra?
They're always doing something on the heart chakra.
Okay, good. That's
Indeed.
good. So, yeah.
Okay, Robert?
They are transmitting love and compassion to you.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Indeed.
It would be. What type of beings are these? Is it? What do you think about that? What? It's guardian angels, or what do you think?
You're getting downloads from many locations. You're getting them from the Pleiadians. You're getting them from the Arcturians. You're getting them from the Orions. You're getting them from the Gartans. You're getting them from all over.
Wow,
and
that's a lot.
They're all for your benefit.
Okay, very good.
The Antarians, you name it, you're getting it.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. On a side note, before I was on the call, I had your headband on, and I was sitting in the sun, and I could just, the way I am now, I could have just sat there for 3 hours and not even think about doing anything else. So that's a really good improvement.
Nice. That is. It is.
Yeah.
I can verify that.
Yeah.
Good job, Robert. Very good.
Thanks for the info.
Okay.
Thanks for the info.
Take care.
We'll talk to you.
Hola.
We'll talk to you.
You
talk
bet.
to you soon. Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Very well.
That was very good.
It's
Everybody,
time for
there's
Michael.
so many. Yeah, I know. I just want to let everybody know that people really are waking up, which is so amazing. It's so great. It's wonderful. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and put Robert now on the mute, and let's go ahead and bring Michael Andrews and his guest John Rakachan, and they have a special message, for everyone, and then after that we'll continue with our Q&A. So I know where I left off, and we can go from there. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring Michael through. All right.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. How are you doing today?
Well, we're excited to have you on our call. So you want me to bring John in now, or you want me to wait?
Yes. Yeah, John in now. That'd be great.
All right, here we go, everyone. We got Michael now. Let's go ahead and bring in his special guest. And how do you say his last name?
Rakuten.
Rakuten. Okay. All right. Okay,
yeah, Rakuten. You can just call him John. Yep.
Okay, we'll just call him John then. All right. So, John, I hope you're about ready. And, hold on a second. I got the wrong number here. Okay, hold on a minute. And, all right. Let's go ahead and bring John in. Okay. Hopefully he knows that it's Blog Talk Radio calling him.
This is John Rakuten. Can I help you?
Yes. Hello, John. This is Jane.
Hello.
I've got Michael Andrews here. Yes. Welcome.
Awesome.
Welcome to our call. So thank you for being here. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to give a short intro, and then I'll have Michael also introduce you. So everyone, we will welcome Michael and John here for as our guest speakers for today. And all of you know our beloved Michael Andrews, who's been very, very instrumental as our teacher, as well as our financial advisor in a lot of areas, especially in the area of stocks, the Forex, and now crypto. So, again, Michael is and I know that all of you already know all of this stuff, but he is a teacher. He is our teacher. He is our mentor. He is a master trader. He knows everything that much more than I do, and many of you as well, about that particular field. And now we've got John also, who probably does similar to what Michael does. But Michael, you brought to us some very wonderful products or financial areas in which you helped us to invest in, and has become successful in that venue. I'm going to go ahead and bring you through, Michael. Tell us more about the nodes. Tell us more about any updates that you may have regarding any of the other products that you brought to us, or financial areas that you brought to us. So take it away, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jane. I just want to give it back to Billy, and you know how much I love the community, and it's just been a fantastic endeavor, because I do truly love educating individuals. And I would probably say this is going to be one of the most explosive calls I have ever been a part of. It's something that literally I've been wanting to bring to the table since last year. We got very close. But the gentleman that is on the call is amazing at research, amazing at finding things, and finding out what's real and what's not. Trust me when I tell you, this guy is amazing. So what happened was, when things the I's weren't dotted, the T's weren't crossed, we're not going to move forward on anything, because typically we're discussing things with many people, and our focus is really to help people. So he's been instrumental. So I'm going to have him kind of just cover briefly that little part on how he really vetted WCL, but also the other things that we're going to be talking about as well, and that will be very intriguing. But I want to start with something that will be very helpful for everyone on the call today, and just kind of give everybody the understanding of how big this really is. So if you're listening, and maybe this is the first time you've ever heard from me, and this education will be good as well, and maybe it's something that you've heard and something that you're wanting to diversify your portfolio and just lock it in really well. But this was one of the components that I truly feel is going to really secure everything that we were trying to really accomplish, and just make sure that people have a really good safety net around their investments. But I just want to start on the impact nodes is having in the industry. And the way that it talks about it, it kind of talks about, things that have happened in the industry of technology. We've seen the situation with Uber and Lyft and how impactful that was, and Amazon when it came to Barnes & Noble, how impactful that was. But I want to just read you this a little bit before I get John on, just to kind of set the tone of this call and the impact of this call. So I want to start with just this information. It actually came from Crypto News, and it says that nodes will dethrone tech giants like Facebook, Apple, Google, and Twitter. I want to say that one more time, because if you are aware of how big these groups are, Facebook, Apple, Google, and Twitter, we've been hearing so much about all of those industries, but I want you to hear this again. It says nodes will dethrone tech giants like Facebook, Apple, Google, and Twitter. Now, why is that so important? Well, technology is moving, and things are getting stronger. And it continues by saying that blockchain-based decentralized nodes are one of the key factors to break free from data concentration by big tech. Also, it says, for a decentralized internet to work, users should buy into nodes, and developers shall use these nodes to build software. So I want you to understand, I want you to expand your mind that we're not just talking about financial, we're actually talking about the technical space and where that technical space is going. But it also goes into experts like Tesla, Uber, Lyft, TikTok. All of these different groups are moving towards this technology because of how big the movement's going to be. And then I want to just conclude with what they said here. He said he further added that developers and users have collectively contributed to building trust in the decentralized system. It says this trust is one of the biggest leveragers of big tech companies to grow so huge for a decentralized internet to work. So I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I'm not quite sure. May want to mute call. I'm not sure. It's a little bit of feedback, just to let you know. But just a little, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there we go. Fantastic. And so basically what this is really saying is that this node, this decentralized space is going to create the trust and the speed that's going to be required to take us into the next decade. Tim Draper put out even today, I was looking at an article, and it was just kind of talking about Bitcoin, because a lot of times people don't understand the flow of Bitcoin. Every 4 years it halves. So next year we're going into a halving year, and that's when we're going to really start seeing prices go up. Why? Because it's halving. So he's already talking about Bitcoin getting to 250,000. Now, the reason why that's such a big number and such a big deal is because currency moves with Bitcoin, right? So the timing of this call and getting prepared for next year is so big. So what I want to do just with that beginning information, just kind of letting people know how big nodes are, the technology of nodes. I definitely want to make sure everybody's aware of John and his background. He's definitely a veteran. He's a veteran with the United States Marine Corps. He retired from Cisco Food Services. He was an energy broker. He was also a regional director Navigate Power for Verde Solutions, managing partner of Interfuge. He's also with WCL as a sharing leader, profit sharing leader, I should say, since March 2021. He's a devout husband of 36 years for 4 children, 5 grandchildren. A phenomenal individual, but I just want to add a little bit more to that because, when you talk about people's bios, it really, I wish it brought out the culture of the person, because this is a gentleman, I'm going to tell you right now, as of a leader, is the best leader I have been around. He's there for you. He cares for you. He has helped tens of thousands of people. He was very instrumental when Mark connected me to WCL, really helping me to feel confident that WCL was going to be something powerful because of his research, educating me on where things are going and where the company's going. And a 7-figure earner, just has done it all when it comes to the industry and just doing so much more. So I definitely want to bring them on to introduce because I want to give honor to someone who's highly researched. Like I said, found something for us that is pretty much going to lock in and complement and enhance what we already have. But just to make sure that everybody understands how big this is and what we're really bringing to the table. So I want to give it to my business partner, my brother from another mother, definitely an impact on myself and Mark as well. Just amazing gentleman, amazing leader. John, if you can definitely, just let everybody know what we have and, just let them know where we're going right now.
No problem. Michael, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Outstanding. Thanks so much for that, Michael. And back to you. You have become, to me, a professional. Professionals, I look up to you. I know that everybody has peers and everything like that, but we have become so cohesive together. Our team, our teams, our leadership. It's just been amazing. It's been an amazing time. We're actually learning a lot about the industry ourselves. As it unfolds in front of us. Talking about crypto and commodities and things like that. Right. That's my background. So everybody on here, I just want to let you know my background is commodities, and I got to a position in the company where I took over the entire East Coast. That was that Navigate Power Verde Solutions, and we got to where we were working with companies like Berkshire Hathaway, commercial properties, Tyson Foods, entire cities, the biggest consortias in America, hospital consortias, universities, high school consortiums, right? And we were hedging for them. And when this was brought to me, this project, I was asked to do the research on it. And when I do research, I don't ever open up the internet. I don't Google things. I go after looking at LLCs, looking at corporations, umbrella corporations. I look at liquidity. It isn't about credit when you're a multi-million or billion-dollar company. It's about liquidity because you're about to sign a contract with them, correct? So I did the same with World Crypto Life. I was the one that came over, met with the lawyers from Wyoming, the lawyers from LA, making sure that the laws in those states and those LLCs were covering what they were doing, and everything was harmonious. As a matter of fact, if I had to write a commodities hedge for them, $1 billion, let's say, they would have scored about an 89 if that was I was doing for that instead of the crypto industry, right? So it's just incredible. It's been a great year. Having the nodes come forth and us use that as a better investment tool or a better tool to help us diversify was a blessing. So recently, through a lot of our research and a lot of the efforts of Michael's and my team and research and commodities, we've realized that the 3.0 web, which we are now being built upon, right, moving into 4.0, Michael had a great article he shared at the beginning about how what's called decentralized software is being created to attach itself into every industry and can become profitable. Example, if there are nodes for just blockchain like we already have with WCL, we can also find nodes that would marry with us that would do things like space exploration or mining natural gas and attaching it to the liquidity of those products. That's my whole life is liquidity, right? So we can actually now with software, 3.0 and 4.0 software, we can attach it to oil coming out of the ground and using it on that node for 10 years of profits. It is unbelievable. Gold, silver, precious gems, because a lot of these companies that mine are mining globally, and they're mining everything, palladium, hydrogen, helium. Do you see where this is going, right? So we've been able to bring on a portfolio that is in different industries, but all attached to nodes. And getting involved with those nodes and purchasing those nodes, it has allowed us to completely spread our portfolio in asset-backed products, completely asset-backed. And I love it. One of the products we're looking at right now in companies is grow farms. We can attach nodes now. They're being created as we speak to attach to high-yielding grow farms, hemp and things like that for industrial manufacturing, stuff like that, right? And it's endless. It's not just something like a physical product. It could be a technology product, right? So we're very interested in like the satellite stuff that we're looking at. We know a company that is working with Google, working with SpaceX, and also working with who's the other one, Michael? Who's the other company that were Boeing? To create satellites to track the Earth and allow us to buy nodes to help go out there and support that effort, right? So this is something so unique, unlike we've ever seen, and it's only because of 3.0 nodes and the software that we're able to write. So no longer are all of us on the phone or anybody that's on this call or, on Facebook or Twitter or Google or Microsoft, corporations on Microsoft's platform, corporations on AWS with Amazon. We could now write our own software that would put ourselves in the cloud, decentralized, and we can become a purchaser of those nodes, right, and divest that portfolio. So this is unbelievable what we have walked into, and this is just stepping in front of the big wave of 3.0 web, because there's algorithms set in there that give the consensus, but it's also there so that artificial intelligence can track all of the commodities being attached to it, putting it in liquid form into a node. The profits are daily, and they're 10 years long, right? With WCL's nodes, they were 9 years, right? So you could see as these new projects come on, they extend out to 10 years. It's been a wonderful marriage. I think that this is I think this is actually going to be the future of everything that we're pulling out of the earth, right? Or technology that is creating that exploration and things like that, right? So that's why Michael brought me on here tonight, so that we could show people that no longer are we sitting back and getting 2 to 3% on basic investments and diversification. We're looking at 10 timesing and 100 timesing our productivity in these products, which you can't do in the stock market, or you can't do that in some of the other markets, right? Yeah, I mean, even gold isn't performing like it did, right? So, but if you could invest in the mining of gold and actually get physical assets for that, that's a game changer. That's a game changer, and that's what we are. And that's why Michael brought me on tonight, because he wanted me to explain exactly, how these nodes are being developed, how they're being supported, and how those are actually mixing with the live assets coming out of the earth, right? So right now we're looking at about 5 or 6 different nodes out there. One is based on oil, one is based on natural gas, one is coming out that is based on aquifers. Now think about this. We'll be able to use scanning technology to scan the earth to find hidden aquifers, not just in deserts, but in areas of our country, the United States, right, where I'm from, where we can go and find water and sell water to nations that need it, or to cities that need it, right? Alkaline water, water that has a lot of minerals in it, things like that, a healthier water. And we would be able to purchase those nodes that would support those projects for the next 10 years. Unbelievable. Water is probably the greatest commodity on the earth. If you're really not looking, I mean, I know silver's getting scarce, right? But water will always be needed globally, because there's just not enough of it. Fresh water, correct? So you could see what's going on. The next big step, everyone, I'm going to let you know that on the call, is the node systems into real estate, where you can actually enter into nodes that are going to benefit your portfolio for the next 10, 20 years because of purchasing large real estate packages. And I'm talking brand new from ground zero to completion of projects, right? And those nodes would be supported in that, because just remember, everybody, a node is the transactions between everything happening, but the first nodes, which we are getting into with all these companies, the first nodes are like someone who is investing in the project, right? And we're going to be paid rewards, or I call them royalties, for the next 9 or 10 years. So that's kind of a glory position to be in, instead of after the companies establish and they're marketing nodes for other things, correct? You want to be on the ground floor of a lot of this, and that's where we are. So, Michael, did I miss anything that we were talking about that I could share a little bit more about if you need me to?
Oh, no, that was absolutely fantastic. And I just want to add, and as John was talking about, just adding benefits and adding things to things that are going on. So one of the things that I really liked as an enhancement is that with WCL, we understand that especially projects that are not backed by physical resources, they typically have the 6 months, and then after 6 months, you're able to liquidate Of course, if it's the right environment. So I always want to make sure I qualify that because, yes, after 6 months, you got to make sure that the price of that particular token or coin are within the reason of actually selling if you even want to do that. But one of the things I really appreciated about this project that there's people that I've talked to that they're like, well, look, I'm trying to see if I can create income right now. If I can be able to have money coming in right as I make my investment in funds come through, is that possible? So with this program, being backed by resources, right away you're able to create income like instantly. So let's just say you're a person and you're like, look, I'm trying to figure out how I can create monthly income. I need about $900 or I need $1,000 or I need $3,000 a month. Can I hedge some of the funds I have and put it into these nodes and be able to create an income for myself? Because right now that is a big situation. So within this project, the beauty of the two is that you have one that's long-term and that you have one that will assist you every single month. Another thing that's really powerful about this program that I saw as well is the percent that has been earned. And, John, can you touch on that, some of the projects? Because right now we know for fact we're in the winter right now. We know we're going into 2023, and everybody knows we're in the halving year, so things are going to start to explode again. But during these times where things are quiet, what are some of the results that we're seeing with these nodes that we're talking about now? What are people getting back as of percentages on some of these projects?
So the first node project was an oil project, and so everybody understands that this is private companies using private property that they're purchasing. So if you have a technology that can scan the earth and dried up wells, let's say for oil, but the new technology is allowing them to see oil there that was missed, well, they could buy that land for almost nothing, put their oil derricks there and pull it out of the ground. The difficulty with Web 1 and Web 2 was that you couldn't create the liquidity in the Ethereums or in the Bitcoin blockchain. With the new blockchains, we can put it right in there, inject it right as it's coming out of the ground, correct? But what's really cool is like that project during the what we call the winter, right, the winter sell-off, right, went to 103,000%. Absolutely blew the doors off of every other project out there. On 6 different exchanges, it was the top project of the year because it never dropped below 20% where everybody was dropping 40 and 60%, right? It was gaining because it has liquidity behind it, real assets. So it can only go so low, right, and not bottom out because it's not based on nothing. It's not based on maybe a meme token, right, or something like that. So we love that. But what's really neat about these new high-yield nodes is you're paid daily and you can use that product daily. We're seeing anywhere from a 16 to 18 times yield on those nodes every single day, and we can trade them right back to the market immediately. Or we can buy more nodes with them, or we can cash them out. And this is not held like at yieldnode.com or some of the other ones. Even World Crypto Life's first project or second project with their with Final Chain, that's a 6-month hold. There's no hold here because it's liquidity. There's pure liquidity behind it. There's no need to have a hold, right, for that project to grow because of software and IT people. So I love it, Michael. I've never seen anything like this. I'm telling you, what's happening right before our eyes is that the private sector's node software is gobbling up all the nodes or all the software on the planet. When we get into Web 4.0, all software will be coming through blockchain and nodes. That's the future of the globe right now. So back to you, Mike. Hope that helps.
So that is one of the other things. And, of course, as you start to define things, if you look at Bitcoin, for instance, they have every 4 years. This project is having every year. So everything about it is just right now, because everyone has a portfolio where they're like, well, I need things now, I need things later, and that's really what this project has to offer. So we're really excited about that. Some people may even be asking, well, how does it keep, the ability to go up in value? Well, it's all about supply and demand. This company is so powerful that if there's too much supply, they'll actually buy it, burn it. That's a term inside of the space, and that will force the price of the product to, price to go back up. So there's just so many different things that we're looking at to make sure that as people are putting funds, as they're diversifying, there's something there to make sure that you can do something no matter what's going on. Because, I get a lot of calls, I get a lot of people saying, hey, Michael, when are we going to be able to do this, or what does this look like? And we know that it's going to be there, but if people are in a situation where sometimes you need things more instant, that is a beautiful thing. We had a lady that was, through one of our business partners, and she was looking for a certain amount per month. She said, we were asking her, what's the most important thing to you? She said, well, the most important thing is for me to have about $1,500 a month. So we were able to work with her. We can't give financial advice, but we are able to understand what the nodes are creating per day. And this is in, like I said, the winter time. It's going to increase as things go. But she was able to come up with a way to take care of her monthly needs. And so these are some of the things that, we're always trying to make sure that we have a solution for major problems. For many people out there, people are losing their jobs. So you see, things like this, that could be the actual thing that can take you through a very hard time and give you something during those times to be able to create success. So super excited about this call. Definitely a call that John, Cowboy, Mark, so many of us were really looking to have as part of the portfolio. We knew it was something needed, but at the same time, we're going to always make sure that whatever project we get involved with, it's going to be backed well. It's going to be something that we watch to make sure it was a good project and not something that, wasn't worth our while. So we're very patient. But now that it's here, it's really going to be helpful to so many people. So what I want to do now, before I give my information again, like I do typically on the call, I just want to bring Jane back on. If she has any questions about our project and all of that, we can go from there. If there's questions, of course, we can do that. You can get my information, and I can answer some questions for you as well. We can do that too. So, Jane, if you have some questions for me about this project, I would love to go over that real quick before we finish up.
Okay. All right. That was, John, by the way, John Cowboy, I guess is what you go by, and we welcome you to our show. Apparently you've got quite a background, just like like Michael, in terms of, your mission or your drive to be able to help people as well along your path. Mm-hmm. And that's what we love about Michael, because he really cares about people, and that's the reason why he's on our calls, because it's all about paying it forward however way we can for people. And to be introduced to you is very it's enlightening to have you on our call. And yeah, this seems a little bit more complicated than we understand that, in terms of WTL, and then we moved from WTL and having, mm-hmm. people had to wait, even for that for the 6 months. And now we've got the nodes. So the nodes and utilizing the nodes along with this new software product, right? So we're now in that venue. That's what we have right now. We have the nodes, and now we're utilizing the 3.0 software to be able to utilize higher technology. Is that really kind of what we're looking at then? For this is for also the new people that trying to get a grasp of what this whole process and what this whole mm-hmm. area is about.
Correct, Jane. And good meeting you, too. I appreciate meeting you, and it's a blessing just being here with you and Michael. So the software is evolving, and the software that with World Crypto Life and the nodes there was built in the blockchain, right. which is the structure of a mainnet, right? That's right. all going to help fintech. That's actually going to help projects like this that can be built upon it, too, because the nodes are being created by these companies, but they need to be built upon these blockchains that are heavily secured. Not just fast, right? And that's what Final Chain is. But what is happening is that the private sector, which does a better job than actually what I call the public sector, right, is building some very sophisticated systems that are decentralized. We all love decentralization, you know that. And if I don't have to use a Facebook or a Google right. or an Amazon, okay, because they still hold right. us within their software walls, right? Now we can step away and have our own universe. We can have our own universe. Right. So now we're stepping into commodities. Do you know how many people ask me every day, find me something in nodes or crypto that has an asset behind it. I just want to see it, and I want to feel it, and I want to touch it, because it's easier for me to explain to everybody it's based on oil, water, gas, hydrogen, diamonds, gold, silver, right? Real estate, and technology, right? So, farming and so on. It's much easier for us to understand that. But the difference between going and purchasing and backing gold and silver on the exchanges is that this is a private sector which is paying us for bringing the product out of the earth. It's unbelievable. The profit on these things is tenfold of most of the other nodes on the planet right now. Okay, we've already experienced it, by the way. All right.
Okay, so
I hope that helps.
Okay, so are we? It does. So we're doing it now. Decentralized way of investing through, through this the commodities and utilize. So we're talking about satellites, right? Basically.
The satellite we can. That's one node by itself.
We're working on, right? Oh.
Yes, it is. That's a node by itself. That satellite technology, we're helping them build a standalone satellite that does. It's called white light. White light is a vibration, and it can within 6 centimeters pinpoint gold, gases. It changes the color of them, right? So they know where the pockets are. And we've even seen some of the sites that they bought in Utah, in South Dakota, in Africa. They have a whole bunch of mines in Africa, right? So they're all over the world. But this company is the sole proprietor of this technology for the satellites. And what's happening is we're helping them build their own satellites so they don't have to use Google's anymore, right? Download that software. I mean, imagine, folks, it takes $75,000 an evening to scan a mine from space, right? And that $75,000 is going to be able to be done in every couple hours. So now we can get 12 mines done in a day times 75,000, and that goes into the profit of that goes into the node because we helped develop that project.
Yeah. So are we putting monies in and investing in the $75,000 that is being utilized to track, whatever we need to track?
No. We're putting the money into the technology to help find mines of their own that are really like dried up oil wells that we thought from Exxon, things like that were already purchased. We know they're not dried up. As a matter of fact, that project bought 4 minefields and pulled 41 million barrels out. 41 million. Those nodes went from 6 cents every 3-4 hours to $600 a day. Okay? So that is a very successful project. Then it went to $6,000 a day. Okay? So if we're going to be helping that satellite do that with our own mines, not just the private mines, right? It's going to be a juggernaut in nodes. We're going to have a lot of nodes producing all over the place in simplicity. So,
Yeah. So a different scenario. Okay. So let's just say you found a ton of oil, right? We're at a place right now where we can't access the oil. Well, we don't want to go into politics, but we need to get the gas prices to go down, right? So how does that work with what is presently happening?
So all private land is not under the auspices of the government's rulings. We can mine, yes, we can mine oil all day long, and it is helping bring the price down, by the way, okay? Because we're pulling more out of the earth, right?
Yeah,
yes.
But so how are you doing that and bringing it out to all of the different areas that need the gas or the oil or whatever? Are you doing that in a private?
Commodities are bought before they're bought out of the earth. They've already have contracts, right? So we're paying for we're paying for the drilling equipment. We're paying for the nodes are buying the land. The nodes are buying the software to create liquidity. So we're being paid for helping fund those projects. Example, they just stumbled across a natural gas well or natural gas. They call it a glut, right? It's the biggest in the country. And nobody knew where it was until they had this. That's coming out, and the tokenomics on that node with the gas is the same as the oil tokenomics, okay? So, of course, we're buying as much of the natural gas as we can, you know. And there's even a way, and I don't know if Michael wants me to, Michael, can I talk about rentals at all?
Please.
Is that okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So there's going to be a way once the nodes sell out, let's say there's 100,000, right? Once they sell out, there's going to be a way for everybody to participate in what's called rental nodes for 25-day increments, 50-day increments, very unique. So you're garnering all day mining that token that is profitable, and it's you have access to it immediately. So there's a lot of unique things happening with all these new, you know, these new nodes, all right, that we're bringing into the portfolio.
And I guess this is a good time too, just to re-emphasize the profitability again. So again, it goes 10 years, 365 days that you're getting paid passively. So this is very, very powerful for the people on the call, especially individuals that I'm talking to, and they need some more instant gratification, but also they want long-term as well. This is the type of projects right now that people really want to be involved with, especially when it comes to technology, because technology truly is the essence of our future. And, of course, having it where you can back it, like John's saying, it's all the more the essence of our future. So we're right where we need to be, especially for the people on the call. A lot of people don't understand how nodes are too, and John may go a little bit further, but I'll just touch it. But the beginning nodes always makes more than nodes that you purchase later, you know? And so that's why it's so important that this call, and we're talking now, because we're actually presenting something that people can get involved early, which maximize your daily return. But, John, if you can just touch that a little bit more on the importance of just having the nodes in a situation where you get them early, why that's important. Just one more tap on that.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
When they create a 10-year node process, the first nodes that they're selling are the ones that have the highest risk, but also the highest reward, always, right? So remember, folks, we are not based on what the crypto market's doing. We're not based on what Bitcoin's doing. We're not based on what the stock markets, the Forex is doing. It's based on what that project is being supported is doing, right? That's why it only dropped 20% during a complete winter sell-off and went up to 100-some%. I think by the end of that year, it was up 88,000%, okay? So that's unbelievable, and that's what we are putting our money into is that, right? So the nodes put us in a position to where we have a secure product now that is liquidity. It has liquidity behind it. It's not based on an entire market. It's based on global projects, right? And we're here. We found it. We've done our research with it.
Wow.
It wasn't accidental we found this. It was actually through us seeking out commodities-backed crypto projects, and there were none. This is the first on the planet like it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the first. Well, I love that you've got these global projects. I mean, it's so concrete now. It isn't about depending on the Forex or the crypto or anything else or
Correct.
the stock. You've got the foundation here that's very, very concrete for everyone to put their hands on and understand exactly how they work. And so now is the time to be able to invest into these particular nodes. And Michael has already gotten us started on that path.
Mm-hmm.
So,
most definitely.
So let's just say we got started. Let's say we have a bunch of people that get started today. So let's get started today. So today, what global projects are we working on presently, and then what can we expect the day after in terms of a return?
Oh, the projects right now,
24/7. Mm-hmm.
The projects right now, which is the one that's coming to an end, is natural gas, right? And not to an end, but it's just the nodes that are coming to an end. There's going to be rentals.
Okay.
But the aluminum, which is huge, as you know right now, the globe's running out of aluminum, which is one of the most incredible products ever found. And then the Explorer, it's called, XPLR, right? That project is, I believe, going to increase. So because there's only 100,000 nodes, as they get to 70,000 nodes or 75,000 nodes sold, they go up. They go up in price, because of the demand for them, right? And it helps the project move along faster. So I love what this add-on has done, to our portfolios, because not only do we tell our people about it and they diversify, but the company, which is completely decentralized in mining, right, they are telling us that, hey, there's 50% nodes left. There's, only 40%, 10%, and they're creating a lot more demand around those nodes to sell them off faster, which also pays us more, right? So I love it. I love what they've been able to do. But right now it's, there is aluminum, there's natural gas, there's Explorer, and there's Grow. Grow is all backed on high-yield crops, hemp, things like that, right? All over the world. Good. A lot of those farms are in Africa, in Ghana. As a matter of fact, this month I have about 30 individuals flying out to verify those properties, take pictures and videos of them.
And so in terms of finding the projects, are you the one? Who's the one that's in charge of finding the projects? No,
we're not in charge of finding the projects. We found the company that's doing it. It's a mining company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about the company, don't we need to? What is the name of the company?
Well, it's going to be halved into WCL, and Michael will share that at the right time. Yeah. There's going to be some partnerships there. Yeah. So it's just an add-on to the portfolios, right? And he'll talk more about that here in the future, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha. The only thing we need to do right now is to get involved.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
And we have this call now, everybody, so that we can go backtrack and listen to this call. If there's anyone right now that has a question, please go ahead and raise your hand so that we can bring you up so you can have your question answered by Michael or John. Otherwise, maybe people just need to re-listen to all of this information, which I have to.
Yeah, and I would probably say I'm going to actually give some information, because what's going to happen, Jane, and the reason why I'm going to just have people call with the questions is because I'm going to be giving them access to the project. And I'm going to be making sure that not only are we just talking about it, but they're going to be able to really understand it, be able to look into what we're doing, and the answers. Some of the questions that they may not even know to ask right now is going to be answered on that. So I want to make sure that first we just kind of get it out, just make sure people know. Okay. And then once you contact me, I'm going to give you more visual, because the calls that we have now, they're more where we're communicating. But these projects are just so visual, so incredible, that we want to make sure that people can have the visuals that they need, that they can really understand what they're looking at and be able to determine from that how big this is, and it gives them a little bit more clarity. So that's why, I want to make sure that, people can call, reach out, and then we can go from there just to make sure. And then I can answer questions once they have the full details, okay?
Okay, so I just want to make it clear. I just want to confirm that we're the only ones, you're the only ones right now that we have with WCL that's doing this?
Yeah, so this project that we're doing right now that people are going to be connected to, we do have exclusivity to it. Just like WCL, we have exclusivity for the partnerships of marketing as well. So we do have that exclusivity. And like I said, once people are connected with the partnerships, the key is people getting connected with us, they're getting it at the wholesale purchase. And that's kind of how everything was set up. So just like John was saying, you're not paying the $75 or hundreds of thousands of dollars that go into this. Right. You're paying a percentage. And that makes it more affordable. So like John said, it can range from anywhere from $250 to $300, with the rentals, to a lot of the starting prices when things get started is around $1,500, and then it can go all the way up to $60,000, and then of course multiple purchases. So it just depends on the person and the desire that they have on what they want to purchase, but it does have a very beautiful range of what people can actually get involved with, and that's why, like I said, when people get in contact with me, because of the information and just how it is, People just really want to get the real facts on it so that then they can be like, okay, sure. I really get this now. Okay. I understand it now. Okay. I know exactly what it is, and then we can kind of go from there. So we just wanted to make sure people got the information, sure. and then from there I can lead them to the information they need to be able to make an informed decision and then move forward, okay?
Sure. Okay, so when you say a rental, what does that mean versus the $1,500? I mean, so let's say I want to go rent. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so rental basically gives people a privilege of what the people that have licenses for a short term. So that term can go whatever the duration is, and they can purchase it and be able to create income on that rental every single day, just as if a person purchased the actual license. Or whatever. Yeah, but the difference is that the license lasts for years. And, John, I believe, what is the term on this, like 3 to 4 months, or is it shorter than? I can't remember the rental terms.
It's like if it's $250, I think it's 25 days and 50 days. But those are high-yield terms. Those are not like the node. It is a rental of the same process, but it's more high-yield. So you're getting a lot of tokens during that time. And well, high-yield means that it's a higher profit, right? So like a crop being high yield means it's yielding more per square foot. Well, this is yielding more tokens per 25 days. Okay. So where you might make $16, $20, $30 a day with a regular node, here you might make, $60 to $100 a day with the rental, right? Which more than suffices. If I could make $500 on a $500 node purchase in tokens, it's a big deal because you're talking about the token being at 14 cents. It goes to $1. It just depends on what project it is. They're all different, right? But the Grow project just went from like 0.004 cents to like I think 11 cents. That's ridiculous. Okay, you're talking some pretty serious growth there, right? So that's why you want to have rentals. You want to have the token sitting there because it just went from 0.004 cents to actually 11 cents. And so that was a big deal.
John. What period
64
of time
days. 64 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. It's not like crypto. Okay. It's not like buying these penny tokens and all that. This is based on what comes out of the earth and what the profit is being shared with you that day. Okay?
Yeah. Well,
very
I
different.
Think it's I think it's really, and Michael, we're all on this. As far as the decentralization, I think that's really, really important as well, that we can get involved in something that's decentralized. So that's very, very good. All right, so I don't see anybody's hands up. So go ahead, Michael. Go ahead and tell everybody what they need to do, including us.
Yes. So what you need to do is, one, you just want to make sure, as we always do, so I know it's from this group, is to text free to 954-330-3077. Again, 954-330-3077. And text free, and as before, your first and last name. Your email is good, to actually text that as well, just as a contact point. And then your city, state, and country is perfect because it lets me know exactly where you are, gets me the ability to know when to call you and what country you're in. That will be really good. And then, of course, from emailing, maybe you don't have the ability to text. You can actually do an email to OKAYMRANDREWS@gmail.com. I'm going to give that again. So that's OK, Mr. Andrews. So again, that's OKAYMRANDREWS@gmail.com. And do the same information in the subject line. Just put free. And then again, put your first, last name, email, and, we will definitely get back with you. And just put nodes, interested in a new node program, something like that as well. That would be great. And then what I'm going to be doing is once you get in contact with us, I'm going to be giving you information that you can look at between 30 minutes to an hour. It's just going to go in detail. And then once you get through that, then we will be stepping you step by step, just like with WCL, through the process. And then, of course, you'll be within the community. And inside of our community, there's just a lot of leadership there to make sure that people are able to get through A to Z. We have some very organized individuals inside of this group. One gentleman's named Mike. Very, very good at just getting us information and getting us the details. So you'll be a part of that, just making sure that you've got everything that you need. So very excited because, again, this is one of the biggest calls ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I could
feel
it. I could feel it, Michael.
Yes, and you're
but I could really feel the importance of this. This is great.
Yeah, and it's the timing, and that's what we're all about. You know, I can't tell you how many times people talk to me and they're like, look, I need something now, I need this, I need that, or is this something that has this or something that has that? So, you know, John, myself, we thought it was imperative to make sure that we could get on the call and just discuss things with people and make sure I'm right now in town more. I was traveling a little bit, so if people were reaching out, make sure that they continue to reach out now, even from before, so that we can get you locked into what we have and make sure you're in early enough. These projects are fast. John will tell you it's fast. And so, you know, these projects are up, and then the next one comes on. And you just want to make sure you just want to make sure because they're hot. You know, people want this. They want something that has this strength, and they want something that they can have the versatility to be able to just survive during these days right now. So that's the whole thing of what we're doing. It's just making sure.
Yeah, Michael, how long do these last usually? You know, you had
it's
one.
It's just kind of like.
How long?
It's kind of hard because, you know, these projects, you know, it just depends on, you know, how quickly they move. John, do you have like a little bit of a scenario, kind of like is it 3-4 months, or how long these projects last, just so that people know a little bit?
Yeah, Michael, the oil project was like only 80,000 nodes, and they were trying to assess. That was their first project, and it was bought out within 60 days. So they moved it up to 100 to 150 now. And then what they're doing is, you know, they're creating a demand around that, correct? Because there's also going to be more people coming on globally to buy them, right? You know, we're all going to introduce people to it like we are here. So that's what they're doing. And then, so they have stacked up some incredible projects, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Like, I thought that I was never going to be able to get into real estate, you know, through a type of crypto node, and it's almost done, right? It's almost done. So when that comes out, we want to get into that. It's global real estate. It's not just here. It's just, you know, it's global real estate. Cool. So, the mechanisms here are real.
Yeah, one of the things, too, that we're wanting the people to understand is I know there's so many people on the call from so many different areas, so many different countries. And just today I was talking to a gentleman that was in Africa, and he is the part of the embassy, and I was letting us know that, you know, they're going to be getting information together because 7 countries that are tied to him are all looking for what? They're all looking to decentralize and make their currency digital.
Nice.
And they have lots of mines. They have lots of gold, silver. It's kind of like Congo, right? It's how they're related to it. And they were like, look, we have a lot, and we need this. And we were in a conversation for about an hour, and I'm just excited because we're in a group like us, we can create the very projects that are up and coming. And that's how big this really is. Even my family, you know, we're right now working on that because we have resources. So it's just, you know, it's just really important for people to know that that's there too, because people could be on the call right now listening to this and say, well, wait a minute, you know, I have this connection, or I know this person, or, you know, the country needs this, or they need that, or, you know, they're looking for certain things, or they're looking to find resources because, you know, it was there once before, but now it's not there. This is a major opportunity for people to be able to just chime into this situation and, you know, make the projects that we're going to have even in the future.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys are really amazing. Thank you so much for this amazing call today. This is absolutely great. So I think I have someone here. I don't know if this is for you, but here's a call. I'm going to open up your line. This is 502 ending in 7345. Is this call? Tell me if this is a call for Zorra or if this is a call for Michael or John. Hello?
Hi. Yes,
Hello?
it's a call for Zorra.
Oh, it's a call for Zorra. Oh, okay, never mind. I'll go ahead and put you back on mute. Okay, dear. Thank you. So, all right. All right, everybody. Well, hold on a second. I just want to check something else as well. Here's a question. So someone is asking if this is an MLM. Michael?
Yes. Can you hear me? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So somebody's asking if it's an MLM.
WCL. So yeah, we're an affiliate program. WCL is an affiliate program, and so we work from that capacity of making sure that the word gets out. If people just really looked at how Bitcoin got out, Ethereum, all of it was about word of mouth, and all of these projects are going to be about that. It's just the way that the environment is. Yeah, it's just been the way the environment has been since Bitcoin. It's always been an environment of word of mouth and getting it out that way because at one point in time it was so quiet that the only way you would know about it is from somebody saying it, telling you about somebody else. Matter of fact, that's how I learned about it. It wasn't something that was advertised or something that I found through someone. It had to be someone that, really brought it to you. Even this project, knew nothing about it, and John was able to say, hey, look, Michael, here it is. But no, I never saw it. It was just something that comes to you. So most of the projects that we're having is going to be on the affiliate side, so that, people can be aware of it. And truthfully, from a marketing perspective, it's one of the easiest ways to get out there. Now, as of, the coinage and all of that, people got to understand this is an asset. I always tell people, do not focus on affiliate. Don't focus on the networking side. Focus on you have an asset that you own, okay? That's what we're really getting people involved with, is that you have an asset. And, you can or you can't be involved with getting it out to people. It's up to you. You can set it and forget it. You can put your money in, never talk to a single person, or you could be a person like myself that has been known to get information out to people just so they are aware of it. Because, unfortunately, if people don't make people aware of these projects, they'll never know. Unfortunately, it's just the way this works. So you have people all in between. I have lots of investors I work with. They talk to no one because of what they do. And then you have people who, communicate to people to make sure that people know about it. It's up to the person, okay?
It's up to them. Yeah, okay. It looks like I do have somebody here. Okay, 659 ending in 9923. Hello?
Hello? Melvin?
Yes.
Hello.
I'm sorry?
Yeah,
yes?
I'm waiting for Zorra call.
Oh, you're waiting for Zorra too. Sorry about this, John. Michael. Okay.
That's okay.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty good. That was excellent presentation, Michael and John. So happy that you were able to come on our call also to explain a little bit more about what the projects are all about, that it's tangible. I mean, it's concrete, it's decentralized, it's from day one or however way you want to do it. There's all kinds of different projects that you can get involved in over time. But the key thing to this, again, is to do it now. Don't wait till a week later, or whatever, because you may lose out on a project, and you really want to be able to do it now, and then to maximize your profits or to maximize whatever you can, what you will receive. Any last words, Michael or John, before we let you guys go?
No, that's pretty much
good.
it. I just want to say, thank you so much again, Zorra and Billy and Jane, just for having us up here on your platform, just so we can get it out to people and always keeping that open. So we truly appreciate you, and we love the community as well. Okay.
Yeah, well, go ahead. I'll make sure that I have everybody listen to this, especially for the ones that will listen to this like tomorrow or a few days later. So thank you so much, John, for being here, and of course we love you, Michael. You know that. We trust you. We know that you come from your heart. You're here to help a lot of people, and right now this is what people need to be able to do. I mean, and this is really about helping the world. Helping us to get to a better place, and maximize our resources that we have plentiful of, and let's go ahead and partake and distribute it somehow or another to make a better world. So with that being said, John, thank you so much. John Cowboy, I guess is what you call yourself. And and Michael, thank you once again. We love you. Thank you for all that you do for all of us. So you and Marissa, please have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll be talking with you soon. Thank you. Thank you both.
See you later.
Thank you now.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Zaraya. Hello. Yoo-hoo. Billy? Hold on a second, everybody. Let me, usually that's, she usually says, oh, hey, Michael, can you give us a call after the call?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
So that was a lot of information, Zaraya.
Yes.
That was a huge bit of information. But I think this really sparks my enthusiasm of partake. Huh?
And
I'm sorry?
Michael, give us a call.
Oh. We'll talk to Michael. If not today, he might be busy. We'll definitely call him tomorrow. So in the meantime, everybody, we also have Zorra continuing to do our Q&A. So let's go ahead. Can we bring your dad in unless you have anything else to say?
Continue.
All right. Okay. So let's go ahead. Go ahead and bring your dad through. I do have some people that are in the wings wanting to talk with your dad.
And here.
Oh, you know what, Zorra? I just got to tell you, this thing that the projects, this new thing in regards to the nodes and these global projects that John Cowboy has brought to us, that's truly amazing in terms of what it can do. It isn't just an investment that's not backed up. We're talking about gold and everything else that's backed up, and it goes up and down. But now we have something really, really tangible. This is, tangible products that will help the world. So what do you think about that?
Indeed. If you can afford to do it, do so. Do not put yourself in jeopardy. But if you can afford it, go ahead and do so.
Yeah, well, I think we might be able to do a rental, but that's only between you and us, now that I said that. All right, so everybody, go ahead, and if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and continue with our Zorra call, and the next person I have here is, let's see, let me see, I have 951 ending in 5763. 5763. Hi. Hello. Please tell us your name, and you are now live on a call with Zorra.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes. Just tell us who you are, where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm Robert. Actually, I called in.
Oh, Robert. We just spoke with you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, so let me see. We did get done with Robert. Okay, so our next caller is this one. All right, 659 ending in 9923. 9923.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
This is Melvin from Singapore. How are you, Jane and Zorra?
Hey, Melvin. Nice to hear your voice. Very, very good. Okay, you've got Zorra now. Okay, Melvin.
Yeah. Zorra? I have a question on safety and security. Because we are concerned about the safety and security from our home to the redemption center and back. Will the Arcturian, which is now above us in Singapore, do they assist us? Or the Galactic Federation or Zorra ship can assist us? As we are the humanitarian to make heaven on planet Earth. Will our safety and security do the redemption
center? So that's the question,
Do we need
Zorra.
to have to do? Zorra, do you need to have some command to activate your assistant?
Hey, Zorra, did you understand what Count Melvin was saying?
Repeat the question.
Okay, so Melvin, let me just repeat it. See if I'm correct. So the number one question was he wants to know if they are protected from going from home to the redemption center, in terms of security and protection.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Is there anything special that we need? Yeah, is there anything special we need to do or say in terms of command or 54321 or whatever in order to bring that about? Or should we just go ahead and just go, knowing that we're protected, to go to the redemption centers?
Just go.
Just go. We're good to go, Melvin.
Another question is because you have told us the Arcturian ship is above us all the time. How big is that Arcturian ship?
Oh, how big is the Arcturian ships that are here?
Yeah. Yeah, in Singapore.
By you or by anyone? Oh, in Singapore. He wants to know how big that Arcturian ship is that's over there by Singapore, Zorra.
How big are they?
Yeah, the one that's in Singapore.
The one that is sitting on the ground that is cloaked?
In Singapore, yes.
Look.
About.
About?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would
How big
say
about?
they all range in the same size, about what would be termed as 1,000 feet in diameter.
1,000 feet?
In diameter.
That's huge.
Okay.
Of course it is.
So, to cover the whole Singapore, there could be
miles, but still 1,000 feet.
I'm sorry, Zorra?
In diameter.
There should be
1,000 feet in diameter.
A few number of ships.
It's a
so
what?
there should be a number of ships above Singapore, right?
No,
there be a number of ships to be
It's on the ground. It's on the
ground.
Yeah.
Yes. It's on the ground, but it is cloaked.
Okay.
So you can't see it.
Only one ship or many ships?
What?
How many ships are there around over there? Is it one ship for all of Singapore, or is there more than one Arcturian ship there?
Well, there's one ship out every metropolitan city in the world. There's one ship for every city, metropolitan city, like outside of Tokyo, outside of Beijing, outside of what you call Chicago, outside of what is called all over, and they're quite numerous in the amount of ships that are here. So once they do what is termed as to become uncloaked, they will immediately send out a pulse in the area they are in, and people will benefit from their presence.
Okay. All right, Melvin, I got to get on to the next person.
Thank
very
you,
good.
Jane
Thank
and
you,
Zorra.
Melvin. Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent question. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. All right, our next caller now is 562 ending in 3425. 3425.
Hi,
hello.
Zorra. It's Cindy Taylor from Long Beach, California. Can you hear me?
Okay, Cindy. We can.
Hey, Zorra. A few weeks ago, I looked up at Venus, and I kept looking at it, and it started to strobe, and it was pulsing, and it got bigger and deeper, and it kept moving towards me, and I knew it was Ashtar and Sananda. I knew it was the ship, and it must have lasted about 20 seconds. And I kept looking at it, and I knew that they were communicating with me. They were showing me, "We see you." And I kept looking back at it, and it was my way of telling them, "I see you." Now, I know that happened, but can you tell me if they had anything else to tell me? Because I did see it. It was really bright, and pulsing was a really good word, but strobing. And like I said, it lasted about 20 seconds. I saw it. Did they have anything to tell me?
No.
That was just their way of saying hello?
Indeed.
Oh, that was wonderful. They're communicating, because I kept staring at them, and I knew they were saying, "Hey, we see you, Cindy." And I kept looking back at them like, "I see you seeing me, seeing you." So I knew. I swear to God, I really saw it, Zorra. I wanted to share that with you. Okay? Thank you so much.
Okay, so the ship was communicating with Cindy, right, Zorra?
Whoopee!
Okay, Whoopee. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for calling. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. Our next caller now is 250, ending in 8877.
Hello. This is Marian from Canada.
Oh, hello, Marian.
Can you hear? Hi.
We can hear you.
I listened to a talk today from a website called Ancient Awakenings, and James O'Connell was channeling Saint Germain, and Saint Germain said that this next week there's some dramatic changes to occur that would get everybody's attention worldwide. And somehow the talk continued, but I wondered if Zorra is allowed to or can give us some clues as to what big world change is in the works for this week.
Wait and see.
Sorry? Oh, wait and see. Is that what he's? So that's the best. We can't know yet.
No.
Oh, well, I was hoping to have some clues.
Any clues, Zorra?
No.
No. Okay, but is it true? Are we in for some major changes? Or is that really happening? Is it true that this week we are going to have some kind of world change impact?
There's going to be world change impact in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, but we have to wait and see.
Indeed.
Oh.
Oh, well, you got, okay, I was going to ask, but you asked for me. Thank you, Marian.
Oh. All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, and how are you doing, by the way, Marian? I just wanted to check in with you.
I'd like to call you about your calls to me, and I wanted to thank you because I had to change my credit cards, etc. And the things, everything got delayed. Is it okay to still call you?
Yeah, why don't you do
to sort out some things?
Yeah. Okay, very good.
Yeah, I just thought
Marian.
I had to. Yeah. Okay, bye for now.
Okay, we'll talk. Later. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Our next caller is hold on a minute. Let me see. That just kind of moved things up a little bit for me. All right. Okay. Our next caller now is, I think I did 502. 502 ending in 7345. 7345. Whoops, sorry. 73. No, sorry. It's the next caller is 7345. Oh, here we go. 7345. You're on the air with Zorra.
Hi, Jane and Zorra. This is Wanda from Louisville, Kentucky. My question
Wanda,
is
did you say?
Wanda.
This is
yes,
Wanda?
from Louisville.
Wanda,
Wanda with an R.
Yeah. You seem a little bit far away.
I do. I'm on a hold on. Is that better?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and continue.
Okay, you're hearing me okay? Very good.
Zorra, can you hear her?
Indeed.
Okay, so
Thank
Zorra can
you.
hear you, so go ahead.
So my question is this: with the Galactic Federation and coming, and this healing impulse or the healing pulse, I have been thinking the whole time that as we were working on humanitarian projects for the Earth, but then now I'm beginning to wonder, as you talked about there being plenty of room on the inside, is it that the surface of the Earth need to be cleansed a bit, and would we be going into Hollow Earth for a while? Then, because if all the other planets, everybody's on the inside, we're the only ones still on the outside of the crust. So that was my question. So I'm thinking about people getting into homes and really taking the stress off of people. And as money comes in for humanity, is it that we would be going inside for a while? Are you able to answer that?
Let me see if I can explain. Zorra, did you hear the question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so what it's trying to say is that, in regards to, now, Wanda, let me see if I could clarify this. Is it about the Earth cleansing itself? If when that happens, is humanity or the population of the Earth going on the inside? Is that your question?
Yes. Would we be going on the inside of the Earth once the Federation comes forward and we have this healing pulse? Is it that we would be beginning to move toward going into Hollow Earth? Because you didn't speak about the ship. You began to speak about the ship making room, for ships to come in. So I just was wondering, are we going to help the surface of the Earth, or are we going to be moving in Earth for a while?
Understand, when the gathering takes place,
now,
some
this is
people
after
will
disclosure.
Yes. After people go on to the ships, some will go to their home planets, and some will go into Hollow Earth. Some will go into ships that are in orbit around the Earth itself. And then at that time, the Earth will replenish itself by re-terraformation of all of the areas of the Earth that are now desolate, deserts and things of that nature will be totally revitalized, and there will be no more deserts. There will be no more what you term as dead areas. They will all be very vibrant with fauna and with what is termed fruit trees and things of this nature, and the Earth will be totally restored.
So the surface will become
the surface will become what you call a living paradise, and then after which time
understand, all of man's made what you call highways and structures and cities and things of this shall be reclaimed by Mother Earth and Terra Christa, and there will be no more signs of man-made structures on the surface.
Beautiful. Oh,
and the people, and then people will be coming back to the earth, but they won't be coming back to the surface part. They'll be coming into Hollow Earth, of which, and there'll be plenty of room in Hollow Earth to accommodate everyone who comes.
Beautiful. Well, we look forward to it. Thank you so very much.
Indeed.
Okay.
Does that
all right, hold on a second. Okay.
Yes, indeed it has. Yes.
Right,
thank you so much
Wanda.
for that clarification. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Wanda. Okay. I have a question here, and the question is, why don't you, Zorra? So here's this is from 205 ending in 4990, and the question comes up as, hold on a second now. Ask Zorra why he doesn't talk about deploying. I don't know what that was about. Guys, if you want to, it's hard to do this if. Oh, here we go. Ask Zorra why he doesn't talk about deploying out of the training simulator, the Matrix or Menagerie. Do you know what she's referring to?
You want to rephrase that question?
Well, I'm just reading out what Doris is asking. Can you ask her why he doesn't talk about deploying out of the training simulator or the Matrix or the Menagerie, which is where we are presently, where we are in our present existence. So she wants you to discuss that about getting out of this matrix. Oh, but probably because no one has really asked about it. That is what the United Federation of Planets Republic said.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in a matrix. I don't know about whether or not it's a training simulator, but definitely the matrix. So I guess you want to know why you don't talk about that.
The Matrix will be coming to an end, and at the time of disclosure, and because everything will be revealed, all of the governmental secrets shall be revealed. All of the goings on with the military and the civilian population will be revealed. And nothing will be hidden.
So this is, she's also saying that this is a United Federation of Planets Republic. That's what they have said. So you're confirming what the United Federation of Planets...
That will happen after the galactic disclosure comes. Everything will be revealed. Everything will be revealed.
Yeah, Matrix will be gone, right?
There will be no more time.
The Matrix will be dissolved. No more time. No more space and time? Really, Sarah?
No more time. Time doesn't exist.
Oh, no more time.
Understand,
doesn't exist.
But the knowingness of that reality will come to pass.
Okay. All right, Doris. We'll look into the blog that you just sent out, but this is what Zorra is saying. So thank you for your question. All righty. Bye-bye. Okay. Our next caller, now that I'm kind of out of sync here, so we've spoken already to Wanda, And we have about 5 minutes, guys. All right, so the next caller we have is 817 and
why not bring
what?
my beloved through?
Yeah, well, you do have a few other questions, Zorra. You don't want to do that?
Well, we can both answer them.
All right, so here's the first question. It's 817 ending in 1564. 1564, you're on the air.
Yes, Fernando in Texas. Question is, how are the central suns inside the planets made?
That's a good one.
What?
Go ahead, Zorra. That's an easy one. The sun inside the planet. Like the smoky sun in Hollow
What
Earth.
about it?
How is it made?
Go ahead. How is it made?
Made of crystal.
Oh, you mean you want to know? Yeah.
Who made it?
Made of crystal. Made of crystal light.
Who made it? Who made it?
Yeah. How was it made? Natural or by thought or what?
It was created when the Earth was created. Understand?
Yeah, way back when.
There was the central sun. What you term your core of your planet is a central sun. It is not a core of molten lava.
Right. Yeah. So we know that. So how it was made at the time the Terra Christa was created.
Indeed.
And it's crystalline.
It was made naturally.
Naturally?
Yeah, well,
Sure.
It's natural.
By natural forces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, good.
Indeed.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, guys. I'm going to, you got to answer this question so I can bring Zaraya through, Zorra. Hold on. That was Fernando. You take care of this one, and we'll bring Zaraya through. This is 802 ending in 3941.
Yeah, hi everybody. Dennis here from Vermont. I was wondering, yes, hi Zorra. When we talk about cloak ships being around different cities and so on and so forth, which is fine, and they're on the ground, what happens when people walk in those areas?
Well, they walk into an invisible barrier and they cannot go any further.
I've always wondered that because, I mean, you've talked about several times about cloak ships and stuff, and they're on the ground.
Indeed.
And people are around all these places. So what
and they
happens?
run into, like running into an invisible wall.
That's something we never hear about. That's why I was asking.
Indeed. Well, the reason people do not talk about that is when it happens to them, they think people would think they were crazy. So they do not mention it. So they do not mention that they ran into it. They were out jogging and ran into an invisible wall.
You're probably right there because I'm sure of that one. But it's a question that comes to mind when we talk about invisible things.
Just like when there's what you term as aero ships that are stationed above certain locations. Aircraft come within the vicinity of the craft and they simply are automatically veered off another direction.
I see.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 2, 1, receive, everyone.
Indeed.
And our call is over.
What about my beloved?
The call is over, beloved. Next time, we need more time.
Indeed.